Hello, everybody. I'm back again with my budget for May. I was just paid for April. Well, I was just paid at the end of April, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Once again, my name is Millie. I'm 47. I never married, and I have no kids. I say I make a high income because I make twice the median income for the United States where I live. And let's get on with the budget. As usual, I'm starting off with my book royalties, and I actually haven't gotten them yet, but they're always around $300, so that's what I'm going to estimate for that. This is for a book I wrote several years ago that I still get royalties from. My main vendor, which this is what I consider my income, the main source of my income. My vendor sends me a monthly payment, and this is what we got. This is for royalties on our software projects. So I made $15,648. And again, we had a new project release in January that was very successful. It takes 2 months to get the royalties. So we started getting the royalties for this in March, and we're only about, this is like the second, or this is the third month of royalties for that new project. So we're still doing pretty good. For taxes, I'm going to save $5,581. I have $19,000 saved up for taxes, and I just paid the quarterly taxes this month. I always save more than I need, and that way I give myself a big refund at the end of the year. For savings, I put $4,000 into high interest CDs. I started doing this last month, and last month I put $1,000 each into 4 different length of months for the CDs. 7 months, 11 months, 15 months, and 16 or 17 months. I think it's 16 months. Well, this is getting me a very long list of accounts on my checking account, and excuse me, it was complicated to open up all those little CD accounts, so I just bought one CD for $4,000 for 16 months with a 4.7 APY, and I'm just going to do that from now on. So in about, actually I think the CD's length is 19 months. Totally don't remember, but eventually I'll have a $4,000 CD maturing every month if I'm able to keep doing this. And so far I have $8,000 in CDs. This is separate from my, this is included in my overall cash savings. I have a high interest checking account, and the CDs plus the cash in that account is $71,767. My total savings amount is $102,284. This includes my stocks, my crypto, and my metals, because I have invested in gold and silver. But this is what's available. The $71,000 liquid is what's available immediately for any emergencies. And when you own your own company and your income fluctuates every month, you have to have a huge emergency fund. Also, things can happen. My vendor could drop me, this vendor that pays me my main income, and I might have to start all over again. I've had to do that a few times in my career, so I always like to have a really big emergency fund. The goal with the $4,000 a month was, if I could keep doing this until October 2024, then they would be all maturing in time for me to take 2025 off. But looking ahead, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. We don't have any new software projects coming out. I have a pre-release launch sale, or excuse me, a pre-release sale going on right now to my clients. I have about 1,000 clients that we offer this to, and it's a chance to pay for our software in advance so that we can get funding for the development. And the people who do that, they get special gifts in order to incentivize them. And right now we're at $57,000 or $58,000 of a $60,000 goal. I'm hoping we'll exceed the $60,000, but it's pretty tight right now. I estimate we're going to do about $75,000, which is very disappointing because we always like to exceed things, and extra expenses come up while you're making software, and you never know what could happen, but we'll still be fine with the $60,000, and that will be coming out in the next month's budget, because part of that money is to reimburse myself for the build that we send out to clients to give them the trial of the software that we're going to be developing, and I have to do that all out of pocket. So I will be putting back money into my savings that I took out to make this sample demo, or whatever you call it, that I sent to my clients, and that should be around $35,000. So that should really be a big kick into the savings. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling. My mortgage is $1,030. It's actually $805, but I pay extra. The rest of my mortgage is $1,119, and I pay extra so that I can have this paid off in 15 years. It's only been 2 years, but I've been paying extra on it, and had a huge down payment because I sold a lot of crypto, and I have a lot of equity. This is $225,000 is how much my house is worth. That's just a rough estimate. They don't realize that we've completely rebuilt the kitchen, so it's more than this, but this is the minimum. So I have a lot of equity, thank God. My first virtual assistant got his normal salary of $1,100. My second virtual assistant normally makes $350. I say she normally makes $350, but literally every budget I do, she has made a lot more than that, because she's my social media manager. I think I said she works 5 hours a week last time, but she doesn't. She works about an hour a week on social media. I'm going to call it an hour and a half a week on social media, because she started doing, she expanded into a new video social media platform for us recently. That takes a lot of work, but and that's what she gets for that regular work. But she's also an incredible graphic designer and an all-around good artist for stuff that I need that would be too expensive to go to our main project artists. So what I mean is, in one project, we need semi-realistic animated designs for the software. And it's, 3D builds and very complicated art. But then sometimes we just need a cute little smiley face or something for the instruction manual, and she's able to do all those little extra things that we need on the side. And she'll do it for $100 instead of, me going to the studio that I use for the other art and possibly paying $1,600 for it, So she has a lot of extra work with us, and that's why she's always gotten more than her minimum. And Virtual Assistant 3, if you guys watched my last video, I talked about how he was unreliable and I was fed up with him. And that he was always going through crises and not turning in his work. And I didn't know what to do. He was supposed to be a lead on a project for 2024, and I was pretty upset that I would have to go find someone new when he was already proved that he was talented enough to accomplish the goals that I needed. And I told him, I didn't think that he was going to continue working with us because he doesn't even want to work with us. Because when I ask him, how he's doing, it's always more excuses and telling me about how much catastrophe he has in his life. And I understand that, and I've been compassionate towards that for about 3 or 4 months now, but I need to, my business needs to continue operating, and if he's not going to do the work, someone else needs to do it. And I said to him something that really resonated with him. I said, there are so many people who would be so grateful for a work-at-home job that pays $30,000 a year in this time. He's only like 20 years old, by the way. He just got out of college, and this is not full-time work. It's about 20 hours a month of work. So he could theoretically have a full-time job to go with it. I don't care whatever he does as long as he gets the work turned in. But I said, the situations that he's in, this is a lot of money for him, and he is applying for disability, and this, we were going to work it out so that I would give him only enough work so that I didn't exceed the amount he's allowed to get while he's on disability. You're allowed to make at least $2,000, a little under $2,000 a month in the United States and still be on disability. And a lot of people on disability desperately need this because disability is like $2,000 a month, excuse me, and rent in the United States is like $1,700 a month. So it's not livable. And I thought he had a perfect situation with us because he could make around $2,000 a month with us, working at home. He's disabled, and he has health problems. Working at home, working on his own schedule. I said, how many people would want this? That in your situation, how many people would be so grateful that they had something like this? And the next time I spoke to him, he said, you're right. I'm blowing it, and I need to sort it out, and I am not going to let myself screw this up. And then he also told me that he had taken a new medication. He found out he was anemic, and he started on iron pills, and he kind of got out of his fog that he's been in for a while. And he said, look, I have screwed up, but I have until the end of this month to give you the current project, and you're going to see that I'm turning it around, and please give me another chance, because you're right. I'll never have another opportunity like this. And I'm going to give him another chance. Maybe I'm crazy, but the truth of the matter is he has already mostly finished another project for me and gotten rave reviews from our clients. And he, in fact, can do things. He has some talent to do some things that are even better than if I were to do it myself. And with him on the team, I can put out more stuff because I'm not having to do every single thing for every single project. So I have to give him another chance. I have to give him another try because I need him, and he needs me, and he needs this job. And it's a dream job for someone in his situation. This isn't grunt work. He's doing creative work for me. His dream work, the work he went to college for, and and he's only going to make more and more money as he starts turning in work, you know. But his situation of being on disability and just saying, hey, I can physically only do so much every month, and we keeping it under his max that he can get for disability, you know, this is a perfect situation for him. I have another friend on disability who I'm constantly giving money to because she doesn't have food, she doesn't have a way to get to her, what do you call it? She has kidney failure. She has to do wow, I'm blanking, and I'm sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. She has to hook herself up to a machine and have her fluids removed every month. I forget the name of that. Somebody say it in the comments. I'm going to feel stupid, but she can never get to any of her appointments to do this because she has no transportation. She has no money for the bus, and she's not physically well enough to sit on a bus for 4 hours to go to get her very necessary treatment. And then she has no way to get home. So I'm constantly buying Ubers for her and stuff like that. And it's like, that is what life is on disability. It is really hard to survive on what you get on disability. Her SSI for food, her SNAP or whatever you call it, has been cut to $90 a month. Okay? That's not enough money for a person to feed themselves for 1 month in the United States. And I know what he's going to be looking at because I've seen her going through this, and it's a godsend to have a way to make $2,000 a month if you're on disability. Okay, but I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but anyway, I'm giving him another chance. Just pray that it works out for me because, you know, it costs me money when he screws up. Let's just hope that he really means it and he is going to make sure that he doesn't screw it up. I don't have any trash payment today. It's quarterly. This month. Propane is $20 a month. I put $541 in my IRA every month. This amount was wrong last time. So if you had a $600 amount for this, it's wrong. This is how much I need to max out my IRA every year by making monthly payments for a single person. $50 of Slack. My internet is $121 and I don't know why. It changes every month. It's supposed to be $107, but you know, digging out the bill and looking at the reason why it's like $10 more or $13 more, you know, I'm like, wow, these people really have me because they know I'm too lazy to do that. I already work 11 hours a day. Like, I want to go into my stupid internet bill and figure out why it's higher than it's supposed to be. No, they know I won't. So they get their extra $13 or whatever this is. Normally, I give myself $250 for entertainment. But let me tell you something. I have been spending an average of $1,200 extra every month for the last 4 months. And you guys have seen this. My credit card amount is supposed to be $746. That's, you know, the recurring payments that happen on my credit card, the recurring charities that I give to, streaming channel, subscriptions and all that. But look, I have $3,000 for credit cards because I have been blowing money like crazy. So it's obvious that $250 a month for other and entertainment is not enough. So I've upped this to $500 with a hope that I can start staying in budget. But yes, I have $3,000 worth of credit cards to clean up. And it is because of Ozempic in part, but not completely. And the Ozempic is going to go down to $247 a month after in June. So that's not going to be that big of a deal anymore. I'm paying $500 a month for it right now. And yes, I have lost weight with it. The the first 2 months you're on it, you start at a low dose that you can't really feel. But now that I'm on double that dose, I am having no appetite and having to remember to eat. So I can only imagine what's going to happen when I go up again. I do recommend it. It is helping me control my appetite. My HOA is $85 a month. Water bill is $60 a month. I put $500 a month in the stock market, and I am just buying VOO, the whole stock market, and ESGD, which is Social Good. I always use Vanguard funds. Fidelity sent me a really nasty letter once, and I'm never going to forgive them. And I don't care if their funds are better than Vanguard's. I will never have anything to do with Fidelity ever. They were complete jackasses to me, and that company will never get another cent of my money. So I do Vanguard funds, VOO, and Social Good, ESGD, I think it is. And I put $500 a month, and I'm up to $11,689 in the stock market. And I don't even think about this. I don't look at the stocks. I don't watch them going up or down. This is just dollar cost averaging, $500 a month. If it drops, I don't care. If it goes up, I vaguely care. I'm not going to touch this money until, 2040, when I retire. So it has plenty of time to figure itself out. My HSA is $320.83, and as I said before, I'm just using this as an extra retirement account. I'm not going to use it for any medical expenses. I'm just going to pay for that out of pocket so that I can save up more retirement account money. And that is $1,283 is what I have in it right now. I rated my sinking fund to go to a county fair, and I put $200 in this month, and I only have $500 in it. But when I get that pre-release launch money next month, I'm going to max it out to $2,000 so that I always have $2,000 cash. Oh, excuse me. The sinking fund is not going to be maxed out. My cash stash is going to be maxed out. It's empty now. That's what I rated for the county fair. You could tell how much I care about these videos to not edit and go back and try to correct that. Sorry, my 68 viewers. Just kidding. I love you guys, and thank you for your comments. It really inspires me to post more. My food budget is normally $600, but like I said, I have been overspending, so I've upped the budget to $750 to see if I can stay in budget. Gas is $50, although it's probably going to be more like $75. Freaking $5.50 a gallon here where I am. That leaves me with $262. So that is May 2023. And thank you for watching. I used to give affiliate codes to credit cards so that I could maybe earn something off these videos, but nobody's clicking on them, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Thanks, everybody. I hope you subscribe, and I hope I wasn't too boring. Bye.